What's up out there? Welcome back to some more Melvor Idle Adventure mode, and this is episode 9. Now, I tried to organize my notes in some fashion, but there's been a lot that's happened, so the easiest thing to do is to just run through all the different skills and what levels they currently are. I know you can see them on here, but when I read this off, you're going to see where all I was working at for the last week. It's just a lot of different stuff. So, ranged is now at level 65. That is up there. Slayer is now at 73, which just didn't come up very far, but I did get it up a little bit. Of course, probably some of the other skills in here too, but these were the notable ones that I actually worked on. Like I don't actively work on hit points, but I actively worked on ranged and tried to work on Slayer a little bit, trying to get that 300,000 Slayer coin to unlock the next equipment setup here. Astrology is now up to level 87, and I worked on this one quite a bit for getting these like this here. I wanted to work on some thieving, so I wanted to get the Stardust up into here and get the thieving skill, the mastery, the doubling of items and stuff like that, this interval. I'm not worried about agility right now because I didn't have it unlocked, but I wanted to work on this quite a bit. And to get some of these other ones in here, you can see where the little locks are, the half stars, where I've actually done something in here. Some of these were from before. Some of them I've added because I got into combat and I wanted to do like the magic one. I wanted to get a little bit of magic leveling and stuff like that from it. So I've applied some of that Stardust in strategic places to keep everything going forward. What I'd like to do is actually get astrology up to say 115, because that's when the last constellation gets here. If I can get that all the way up to 115 and get all the mastery stuff taken care of, I'm seriously thinking that might be like a week's long project. Once I get my combat level up high enough, I may take a week and just do that, because this is a very slow gain on here. So I'm debating on that one, but astrology ended up on 87. Crafting, I got up to 71. Wood cutting is up at 67. Thieving to 94, which is what I'm currently working on at the moment. Summoning is up at 71. I've been running a lot of summoning tablets in the background. So that's why it's leveled up so far. I've done very little direct summoning work. And then Township, I got to 102. Alt magic, I say alt magic specifically because I have not been working on magic itself. I know they're the same skill, but I've been working on the alt magic side. And then fire making, I unlocked and got it up to level 57. So the reason for most of all this stuff is I kind of got a little scatterbrained and went all over the place. I spent a lot of time in the spider dungeon. In fact, I have that place completely cleared out, I think. I don't think there's anything left in there for me to get. Because I got the amulet. Well, I could collect the amulets of range there. There's ways of not going through this dungeon, but really I was trying to collect up some gear. Like I can equip the red dragon hide now, so I've got that. In fact, you can see that on now. I've got that gear equipped for damage reduction on the thieving side. It's not necessarily as good as the armor that I have for the melee side, but it at least offsets some of the damage that I'm taking from thieving. So I've got that equipped. I figured it's a good place to store it. I don't have to have bank slots for it. It's just kind of a win-win. But I ground this place out quite a bit, specifically trying to level up on, my melee stuff. And I don't know, I got like the pet out of this thing, and the ranger hat and boots I got rid of, but mostly I was focused on getting dragon arrows, rune arrows, adamant arrows, things like that. Trying to get more geared up for my ranged character, which I've got a selection of stuff now to equip. And let's see, that I just kind of wanted to get into combat, wanted to raise my strength and everything, so I was working on that. I also got in thieving, while I was thieving along, I got the dragon helmet. I found out, I didn't realize that came from thieving. I think that came from the actual knight himself. I was thieving this guy for a little bit. Next thing you know, I get that dragon head or the dragon helmet. I'm like, cool. So then I had to go and upgrade that. So I had to go get some gold for it and gold bars and all that. And I've just kind of been all over the place doing a lot of different things. And it feels like forever ago since I got through the volcano. I've attempted the Earth God dungeon a couple of times. Every time I attempt it, I find another little deficit that I need to overcome. Like I don't have enough prayer points. And that's what got me down. I think in the last video, I was talking about getting into crafting so I could get these urns going, and then alt magic for the urns. And then somebody pointed out that I needed fire making, which I wasn't thinking about because you can get ash from wood cutting, but it's not as easy as I thought it was going to be. I don't know if I need the tablets from it, or I don't know. Maybe there's an amulet you get from fire making itself, but for some reason I wasn't getting the ash here that I thought I was going to get. So I just went ahead and unlocked fire making as my next skill. Then I started working on this, and then I went to go to alt magic, and I realized, hey, I don't have any nature runes, so I had to go thieve from the magician, or from the wizard, I think it is. Yeah, I had to go thieve off the wizard for a while. Then I raised up alt magic, and then this, it didn't really get me the urns that I wanted. Like, yeah, these are great, but they're not really putting out as much prayer points as I wanted. So I just kind of got in this weird circle of just leveling everything up all at once, and this is kind of where I landed, and I don't really have a goal at the moment. One thing that I probably should do is work to get all these skills up to at least 99. I need to start thinking about this because Into the Mist takes level 99, or Impending Darkness. It's Impending Darkness. I have to get all my skills to level 99. So I do have a combat level of 102, so I should probably start thinking about getting all of that stuff leveled up. But at the same time, I want to get through the god dungeons and things like that. So I think what I'm working on currently, because my goals change. Every time I unlock a new skill, it widens out the base, and now I'm working on more things and trying to get more stuff done. And it's just, instead of focusing on one thing, oh, I need this, and then I go add that, and we keep widening everything out. So I don't know where I'm going with this week. I have no idea. I would like to get thieving up to where I can get 100 and start thieving off of this NPC here. This one gives you the climb. One of them gives you the climbing, like the 101 and the 105. These two, somewhere in these three, actually, I don't remember exactly where, but somewhere in these three, you get the climbing hook, you get the thiever's pants, or whatever they're called. It makes thieving easier, so then you can thieve this other stuff, the lower stuff, at a higher rate. I'm really gonna start needing to get farming done at some point, which isn't the worst thing to level up, but it would be nice to have, because I constantly, every time I go into Herblore, I'm running out of stuff. Like, I'd like to get more gentle hands, but I need strawberry seeds. So I don't have to worry about the herbs so much. I mean, I can go steal those, and I can get the seeds, I know, but it's easier when you can grow the stuff and just have a surplus sitting on hand, because you do generate seeds as you grow things. So I'm kind of running into that. That's not really on my mind. It was just something I was thinking about. The rest of these skills aren't too bad. It's not horrible. I just don't know where to go, because I want to do dungeon stuff, but I need prayer points. So I got to work on all this other crap instead. And, working on wood cutting gets some stuff, and working on fire making gets some stuff. You know what I mean? Like, it's all over the place. And I really need to maybe start fishing up and cooking stuff, because right now, this is what I'm doing for food, is thieving off the chef, which is totally inefficient. It's not really gaining me much XP, and it's not really gaining me much. I'm getting some lobster, which is what I'm basically using, but it's not really getting me where I want to be. So I probably need to sit down and focus in on fishing or something. And I have been keeping up on my summoning tablets. Like, I've gotten, Golden Thief is fully done. The Ent one is done, but like some of these other ones, I haven't discovered those yet, but I discovered the Minotaur. I went ahead and, actually I can look at them right now, because they're right over here. The Minotaur, the Centaur, the Witch, and the Occultist. Those I've actually gotten one time, and I went ahead and unlocked them. So whenever I use those skills, I'll be able to generate the marks for those. I just need to get the rest of these unlocked. Like, I could do fishing. I could probably get, strengthen's unlocked. The cooking one I need to unlock, and then level it up to get some of the rest of this stuff. Defense I could do, crafting I could do. I could start getting these unlocked and open, which is what I need to do to keep summoning going. But I'm also held back by this combat level, and the combat level, I think if I raise prayer up high enough, like if I was to gain 10 or 20 levels in prayer, that's going to raise my combat level quite a bit. I mean, obviously raising attack strength together with defense and hit points and all that, I don't really have as much control over these. These are starting to get into the high enough levels where it's not moving very far. Prayer points is not very far along. If I can get enough prayer points, if I get a couple million prayer built up, I can let that run on everything and just let that go in the background, and that will raise this combat level quite a bit. Once I hit combat level 120, I have all the skills at full capacity throughout the game. So that's kind of what I'm loosely going to. I don't know. Like I said, I'm kind of at a weird crossing roads right now because I want to do other things, but they're being held up by these prayer points. I did think about going ahead and spending, because I've got 18,000 bones and, some of this stuff here, but there's not really a substantial amount of prayer points banked up here. And all of this stuff goes into something else that I could use, like the Dragonfire Shield or these elite tasks or whatever. So, or the tasks, the Township tasks. So I don't know. I don't want to spend these because I can save them. They're more valuable to save. So I need to get into, I need to get these urns going. And part of that is going to be working up the Holy Invocation. Actually, Holy Invocation 2 is where I would like to be. That one is kind of far down here, though. 80, level 80. So I have to get magic up to level 80. And I don't have rune crafting, so I'm very limited on the runes that I have, which is basically what I've thieved up so far, which is not a big deal, but it's not going to get me very far. So I spent time last night thieving up the nature stuff. I was running a little lower on, I think I was down to like 12,000 lobster. So that's why I turned over and started thieving this, because I thought, well, this is safe. It's a 100% success rate. I'm not going to take damage for it. Whereas with the wizard, I will take damage. So I don't know. I'm kind of in that weird, I just need to get, I'll probably go back to thieving the wizard a little bit and maybe work on those urns or something. I don't know. So many different ways of going about this, but combat's coming back soon because I can idle combat fairly easily and I can work on, say, ranged. I could work on that and get that up to level 70, 75, 80, something like that. I have the black gear, the black dragonhide gear, and some of it's upgraded a little bit. So this is ready to go. I just need level 70. And we are close. That's 65. So there's a lot of different things that I could do all at once. And it's just a matter of picking one and staying in that lane for a while. So anyway, that is where we are. And I know it's all over the place, but it's just, that's the way things are currently, is it's just all over the place. I probably should pick one thing and focus on it, like say fishing and cooking, and get all my health built up and stacked up. But you're trying to work on summoning tablets all at the same time and try to get the tablets that are useful to double items or get cooked fish for everyone you catch, or, you know what I mean? Like there's all those different things that all have to happen at once. And I was thinking about this. I'm doing this all with just the Ring of Mastery. Like I don't have the fire making skill cape. I don't have the Ring of Skills. I don't have agility unlocked. Like there's all those other things that could be helping me out, for bonus XP and bonus mastery and whatever, speeding things along. And of course, if I let astrology go and get all those, the full mastery out and full levels and everything, I'd have all that extra bonus. You know what I mean? So there's like all these extra bonuses that I'm just not quite getting, that I need to focus in, and maybe instead of working on everything all at once. But anyway, that's my problem for the week. That will do it for this one. We will catch you on the next one. Take care.